First, I want to say that this has been just truly an amazing conference, and I want to thank Dr. Gideon Mukatamura, Cheney University for their vision and leadership on the first conference, RGB for your vision and leadership on the second conference, Professor Shiaka, Dr. Felician, you've been really great. And I also just want to take a moment to give a special thanks to all of the RGB and staff who have been working tirelessly throughout this conference. And I really think that we just should take a moment to celebrate and applaud them. Every time I look around, they are working hard. And that really is a testament to the leadership of RGB. As for what I've learned for this conference, it's been an incredible international networking opportunity. I have learned so much, not just about Africa, but about nations in the Middle East and throughout Asia. The case studies that we've learned have been incredibly informative to me. I think it's been remarkable to see the multiplicity of perspectives we have here, nations, ideas, universities. Also that we have students here has been really great. For me, the biggest piece of learning has been how context-specific we have to be when we're talking about democracy and democratic governance, that these things must be organic, that they must cultivate from the ground up in nations, but still there are core values that really transcend national boundaries, cultures, and identities. Things like accountability, transparency, efficiency, equity, effectiveness, participation, and leadership. So as we move to the third conference, wherever that may be held, I would say that we need to begin thinking about not just what these values are, but how we begin to implement them in our democracies and our governance systems. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shiaka. It's a pleasure for me first to be here in Kigali as a Rwandan. We had the pleasure to have worked with Professor Shiaka, RGB, in the planning of the first conference that was held in Philadelphia. And it's a pleasure for me to be here again working with them on this second conference. It has been a lot of pressure when planning the conference, but I am thankful that everything went as planned. Thank you so much for the hospitality. Thank you so much for the many contributions we have heard today and the rest 3 days. And I look forward to the next conference, which again will require too much planning, and I believe we have now the expertise in the planning process, and we hope that will be another success. Thank you so much.
I remember when Dr. Orori presented the sustainable development, I was linking with our conference. One of the indicators I like in sustainable development is the gross happiness index. When you see happiness in this room, I remember really how people they were happy throughout the 3 days we were here. As an institution in charge of promoting principle of good governance, Rwanda Governance Board is learning more and to keep with the kind of momentum in terms of creating networking, in terms of sharing experiences from the 4 continents gathered here. For us, really, it's a good opportunity to keep and to continue to have such kind of debate, discussion in terms of promoting principle of good governance in our continent. And I know each country is unique in terms of homegrown initiatives. Let's share our uniqueness, let's share our experiences so that we can promote a principle of good governance in our respective countries. Thank you.
On the banks of the Congo River was a young man, and there was a professor who had come from London who wanted to cross from DRC to the other Congo. Minister, this is what I learned. And then the professor, he found the ferry having gone, so he decided to strike a conversation with a young man and said, "Young man, do you know geology?" The young man said, "No." Do you know physiology?" The young man said, "No." "Do you know archaeology?" The young man said, "No." So the professor then said to him, "Young man, your life is sinking fast and you are going nowhere." Then after some time, the young man said to the professor, "Professor, tomorrow is actually a Christian holiday, and because we're deeply Catholic, there will not be a ferry. I can take you in my dugout canoe now across. You won't have to pay me." So as they were going across, I don't know whether it was a hippo, a crocodile, or something, decided to massage the canoe. So it capsized, and they fell into the water. As they were gasping for breath, the young man asked the professor, "Professor, do you know swimology?" The professor said no. And the young man said, Professor, then your life is sinking very fast and you are going nowhere. So, just some quick things. Chair, I think that there were 4 keywords. Leadership. That is not just political leadership, all leadership. Institutions. Not just local, national, and regional, but global institutions. Knowledge, ideas, innovation, and narrative. We also learned that ownership is key and participation is key. But we learned above all that stability is central to the sustainability of our processes. So if there are any parting words I got, innovate or die, publish or perish, write about yourself or you'll be written about. Thank you.